Go.
Welcome everybody, and thank you for joining me for this yoga session and meditation session today. So we're going to start standing today. So coming to the front of your mats, we want feet under hips, so parallel, outer edges of the feet parallel. We're going to ground down through the feet, straighten the legs, spine tall, chest broad, and shoulders down. Beautiful. So really trying to press down through your feet into the mat to find your grounding. So we're pressing down through the feet and lifting up through the spine, through the crown of the head. Beautiful. And soft knees. We don't want them locked. And so this is mountain pose. This is Tadasana. And this is where we'll be starting from. So let's inhale the arms up, shoulders down. Let's grab hold of the right wrist. We're going to go for a side stretch, lifting up and over. So we're getting in between the ribs here, opening the side body. Inhale up. Let's go to the other side. Up and over. Beautiful. Then inhale up. Now we're going to bend the knees, fold forward from the hips. Let's bring hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding, grounding down through the feet, arms wide, up and down. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, bending the knees, folding forward. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding, grounding through the feet, arms wide, up and down. All right, I'm going to continue on this time. So at the front of your mats, if you're not there already, inhale the arms up. Let's bend knees, exhale, folding forward. Hands to shins, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Let's take the right foot back. And let's lower this knee. So going into a low lunge, grounding through this front foot, lifting up, squaring off the hips. And let's sweep the arms up. So shoulders down, outer underarms hugging in, reaching through the fingers. Breathing deep into the belly. One more breath. And then let's take hands down either side of this front foot. We're going to lift this back knee and we're going to push back into downward facing dog. And then let's come forward into plank. So lifting up the arms in between the shoulder blades, lifting belly button to spine. We're going to lower the knees and come all the way down. Shoulder blades rolling down the back. And now we're going to lift our hands. So lifting head, heart, and hands. And let's look over the right shoulder. Let's look over the left shoulder. Let's come back to center, hands under shoulders. We're going to tuck toes, engage in the core to lift up. Downward facing dog. And let's now take 2 big deep breaths, breathing deep into the belly. We want to be grounding out through the hands, spreading our fingers, shoulder blades rolling down the back and widening. And then let's take knees to the mat, bringing right foot forward, grounding through this front foot, lifting up, squaring off the hips, and then sweeping these arms up, shoulders are down, pressing down through the feet. Beautiful. One more breath. And then let's take hands either side of this front foot, lifting the back knee. We're going to step forward, hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding, grounding through the feet, arms up and down. Now to the left. Inhale. And exhale, folding forward from the hips, hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Let's take the left foot back. Now, you can lower it for low lunge or you can leave it lifted for high lunge. Whatever variation, grounding through the feet and sweeping the arms up, squaring off these hips. Lifting, lower belly, lower back. Reaching through the arms. One more breath. And then let's take hands either side of this front foot. We're going to push back into downward facing dog. Let's come forward into plank. Knees can be on or off the ground. Let's lower down. Shoulder blades rolling down the back. Elbows tucked, coming up into cobra. Pushing back. downward facing dog. 2 big deep breaths here. So we want feet hip width distance apart. Doesn't matter if the heels are on or off the mat. It doesn't matter if the knees are bent or straight. We just want these hips as high as they can go. So the spine is nice and long and lengthening. And then bringing the left foot forward in between the hands. Low lunge, high lunge option. Grounding through the feet and sweeping the arms. Big deep breath into the belly. Shoulders are down. Arms reaching. One more breath. And then let's take hands to the mat. We're going to step forward. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding, grounding through the feet. Arms wide. Up. And down. Beautiful. One more. Inhale. Bending knees. Exhale. Folding forward. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. We're going to plant the hands now and either jumping or walking all the way into plank. So now we're going to lower down in 5s. The knees can be on or off the ground. And let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's reach the arms forward. Now let's reach our right arm, left leg to the front and back wall before lifting up and down. Left arm, right leg. Reach, lift, and down. Right arm, left leg. Reach, lift, and down. Left arm, right leg. Reach, up, and down. All right, both arms, both legs. You ready? Up, and down. One more time. Up, and let's bring the arms to the side. And imagine you're flying. Is what I like to do. Beautiful. Hands under shoulders, keeping the elbows tucked, tucking the toes, engaging the core to lift up, downward facing dog. So we're going to stay here for 2 big deep breaths, breathing deep into the belly. Slow, steady breaths. And then let's bend the knees. We're going to look between the hands, either jumping or walking the feet forward, but this time bringing the feet together, ankles together, knees together, bending the knees and sweeping the arms up. So we're coming into chair first. Beautiful. Now let's bring the hands together in front of the heart. I'm going to take outer elbow to outer knee. So side body as long as possible. Inhale, then exhale, we're twisting and coming forward, twisting and coming forward. Opening the chest towards the side wall, keeping the knees together, hips square. Inhale up. Let's go to the other side. Twisting, coming forward, opening the chest. Beautiful. Then coming back. It's going to stay here for a couple more breaths, so you can keep the hands here, or you can take them overhead. Just hold, hold, hold. Beautiful. Up and down. Now we're going to take a big step out to the side. So it's kind of like feet under hands. So let's turn one toe towards the end of the mat, back heel, angling out. Let's bend this front knee. So the front knee is going to go over the toes. You may need to bring it back a little bit. Rounding through the feet, then it's head over heart, over pelvis. Shoulder blades are rolling down and arms are reaching. So warrior 2. And then breathing from the belly, softening your expression. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. All right, so now the legs are going to stay exactly where they are. Lowering the back arm, top arm up. We're going to slide this hand down the leg, opening the side body, coming into dancing warrior. Warrior 2. Now let's take elbow to knee, lifting up and over, and then plugging this shoulder back into its socket. We don't want to hang out here, so chest broad. Beautiful. Side angle pose. One more breath. And then back to warrior 2. Now let's straighten this front knee. Coming into triangle pose. So grounding, lifting, lengthening, inhale. Exhale, reach. And then wherever you land, windmill your arms and make that your triangle. Want this side body to be as long as possible. Arms are reaching. Softening your expression. Rounding down through the feet. One more breath. And then I like to use my top arm to help lift me up. Let's go to the other side. All right, toes towards the end of the mat. Back heel, angling out. Bending this front knee, making sure that the knee is going over the toes. Head over heart over pelvis. Arms reaching, shoulders are down. Slow, steady breaths. Beautiful. Warrior two. One more. All right, dancing warrior. Remembering the legs are staying where they are. And then just sliding this hand down over in a side body. Dancing warrior. Warrior two. Elbow to knee. Let's come into side angle pose. Bring this shoulder down. Chest is broad. Arms are reaching. Slow, steady breaths in and out from the belly. Then warrior two. Straighten the front knee, triangle pose, inhale, exhale, reach. And wherever you are, that's your triangle. Chest broad, arms reaching, grounding and lifting. One more breath. Beautiful. And then using the top arm to help lift you up. And then let's parallel the feet. Hands to hips. Elbows towards the back. Opens the chest. Lift, looking up and then folding forward from the hips. Hands under shoulders. And if you can't reach the ground, just bend your knees, that's fine. Inhale, look forward. But if you have more room, hands in line with the feet, fingers facing forward. Rounding down, lifting up. Sits bones are reaching towards the ceiling. Folding forward from the hips so the spine is long and lengthened. One more breath. And then let's bring hands under shoulders. Hands to hips and look forward and slowly lifting up. Beautiful. All right, and then let's step together. So now, today, we're going to come into a balance pose. So if you know you like the support of the wall, go find a wall. I'm going to come into warrior three today. So starting in Tadasana, grounding, lifting, chest broad, shoulders down, looking forward and down a little bit, finding something to focus your eyes on. Having a steady but soft gaze will help keep the body balanced. And then we're just going to extend the right foot behind. So the arms can be your choice also. You can have them on the hips, down the side, up, maybe over. I'm just going to keep mine here today. But you can choose where you want your arms. So extend the right leg. And we want to keep these hips square. Looking on the ground in front of you. And then we're just going to lift up. Doesn't matter how far you go. If you get to a T, don't go any further than that, but you don't have to. Warrior three. Slow, steady breaths. Beautiful. Then slowly coming back. Back to 2 feet. Hopefully noticing the difference between the sides. So let's even up. Extending the left leg behind, grounding, lifting through the supporting leg, engaging the core, finding your focus. Then coming into your warrior three version today, keeping the hips square, core engaged, breath steady, eyes focused. One more breath. And then slowly coming back to 2 feet, to your mountain pose, to Tadasana. Let's just close the eyes for a moment. Take a moment to check in with yourself. How are you feeling now? We've been moving for a little bit. What's your breath doing? How's your mind? How's your body? Blinking the eyes open. Let's come back to the front of your mats. Inhaling the arms up. Bending your knees. Let's exhale, fold forward. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Let's plant the hands, either jumping or walking straight back into plank. Strong legs, strong arms, strong core. Knees can be on or off the ground. Lowering down. Shoulder blades rolling down the back. Elbows tucked, coming up into cobra. Pushing back. Downward facing dog. 2 big deep breaths here. Rounding down through the hands and feet. Lifting up through the arms and legs. Steady breath in and out from the belly. And then let's lower the knees. Let's swing the legs forward, coming into the middle of your mat. And we're going to come straight into Navasana. What we want to think about is not this. Lifting up out of the lower back, spine tall, chest broad. And this is the first variation of the pose. You're welcome to stay here. Or you can lift the legs, release the arms, straighten the legs. Anywhere there. Find your variation, because then we're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3. It's an all body pose, core pose, softening the face, breathing from the belly. I've lost count now. Shall I start again? No, I do that to you. All right, let's bring soles of the feet together. Again, lifting up out of the lower back, spine tall, chest broad. Inhale, lengthening the spine, and then exhale, coming forward, but from the hips. So deepening the fold in the groin, folding forward from the hips, keeping the spine nice and tall. Doesn't matter how far you get. It doesn't matter where the hands are. Mine will automatically go to my toes. They could be at the ankles. They could be out in front. Whatever feels good. Slow, steady breaths in and out from the belly. Beautiful. And slowly lifting up. Let's now take our legs out wide. Knees, toes pointing towards the ceiling. Lifting up out of the lower back. Inhale, spine lengthens. If this is enough for you, stay here. Or walking the hands forward. But again, deepening the fold in the groin, falling forward from the hips, keeping the spine nice and tall. Keeping the feet flexed. Helps the legs be engaged, so they're not all loosey-goosey, but you're not squeezing the life out of them either. And you may find after a couple of breaths, you can go just a little bit further. Breathing deep into the belly in and out through the nose. Beautiful. One more. And then let's walk the hands back. Let's grab hold of the legs just above the knees, a little helping hand in, and let's extend. So, knees, toes pointing towards the ceiling. Your hands are just by your side. And all bodies are different. If you can press the palms of your hands onto the mat, do so. Mine just don't really reach. And just noticing, all bodies are different. And all bodies are beautiful. So now we're going to combine all the poses we have just done in a little sequence. And we're going to start here. Then we'll be inhaling, bringing the soles of the feet together. Exhaling into boat pose. Inhale into Baddha Konasana. Exhale, legs wide. Inhale and exhale. All right, so that's the sequence. I'm going to do it 3 more times. You ready? Always inhaling in Baddha Konasana. So let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That's 1. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, now let's inhale, lengthening the spine, flexing the feet, and let's just walk our hands down our legs. Inhale, spine lengthens. And then exhale, you may be able to go a little further. One more breath. And then let's walk the hands back. We're going to come to lie flat on your back. So if you need to do a little shimmy shimmy or walk forward on your mat, let's do that, because now we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not quite yet though. Let's bend the knees. Let's come into bridge pose. So let's bring the heels close to your buttocks as you can. Pigeon toeing the toes slightly, because we want to focus on inner rotation of the thighs when we come up into bridge, so the knees don't splay outwards. Also, when you're in the bridge position, I don't want you to turn your neck. So if you need to look at me, lower the hips and then turn your neck. All right, so let's inhale here. Exhale, pressing down through the feet, lifting hips towards the ceiling. I'm going to stay here for 3 breaths, grounding down, inner rotation of the thighs, and then breathing deep into the belly. Maybe you can even see your belly breathing. Once you've had your 3 breaths, then slowly rolling down through the spine. And then we're just going to pause here, allowing the spine to settle down from its back bend. And then let's bend the knees and hug knees to chest. I like to make little circles with my knees. Or perhaps you'd like to rock from side to side, whatever feels good in your body. And then let's place the left sole of the foot onto the mat, crossing right ankle over left knee, and then bringing the left knee towards the chest. We want to flex these feet, press the lower back into the mat, whilst keeping this knee out. We don't have to use arms. If you can easily grab your thigh, you're welcome to. But if you have to lift head and shoulders to do so, don't worry about the arms. I just want the spine straight, the upper body relaxed. Beautiful. And then we're going to place the left sole of the foot onto the mat. We're going to slide it down. And then place the right sole of the foot onto the left knee, and then twisting towards the left. Opening the right arm out to the side, shoulder height, and then looking along the right arm. And then breathing deep into the belly. Beautiful. One more breath. And then let's release and go to the other side. So right sole of the foot onto the mat, crossing left ankle over right knee towards the chest, flexing the feet, pressing the lower back into the mat. Doesn't matter about the upper body. You do whatever's comfortable for you. Maybe that's no arms at all. We just want the spine straight, upper body relaxed, breathing in and out from the belly. One more breath. And then let's place the sole of the foot onto the mat, sliding it down, bringing the left sole of the foot onto the knee, twisting towards the right, and open the arm towards the left and looking along the left arm. Beautiful. One more. And then slowly releasing. Let's hug knees to chest again. Maybe making circles or rocking from side to side. And then let's roll onto your right side. And making your way to your seated position. Well, actually, you can decide what your meditation position is going to be. I do like to sit. I like to sit on a cushion though. So I invite you to do the same. If you, and this is just the one I have on my lounge, so it's not a special cushion at all. So if you have a cushion or a pillow that you can sit on, just raising the hips a little will make the seated position a lot more comfortable. So we'll be sitting here for a little while as we meditate. And I also like to cover myself with a blanket. So I invite you to possibly do the same. Maybe you'd like to cover yourself with a blanket. Perhaps you just like to pop a jumper on or some socks. Perhaps you're more comfortable seated on a chair. And if you are, having the soles of the feet resting on the ground. And if your chairs are like my dining room chairs, a little bit too tall for me, I pop a pillow underneath my feet so I still have that grounding, even though I can't touch the ground. Or perhaps you'd like to lie down today. I'll just give you a moment to find your seated position. All right. So let's begin by taking a few moments to adjust your bodies. Settle into your posture, ensuring that the spine is tall and straight, but then also relaxed by taking away over effort. Your hands can either be resting on your thighs, palms face down for grounding, face up for receiving, or perhaps you're more comfortable with them cupped in your lap. Whatever's more comfortable for you. And if you haven't already, I now invite you to gently close your arms. So now's the time to turn your thoughts inwards. Remembering that this is a time for relaxing, becoming mindful, and letting go into the stillness. So now just be curious. Being curious noticing any sounds you can hear right now. Notice any sounds coming from outside the room you're in. Aiming to just simply notice them. Having the intention of letting go of any judgment, any commentary. Just noticing with a gentle curiosity. Simply noticing any sounds coming from outside of the space you are now in. And then bringing your attention more particularly into the room, this space you're in. And notice any sounds coming from within the room itself. And again, just noticing. Being curious. Free of any judgment or commentary. Simply being aware of the sounds. And then bring your attention more particularly to your own body and listening closely. Maybe you can hear the subtle sounds of the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And as you continue to hold your attention on the breath, notice too the movement in the body as you're breathing in. And breathing out. So being aware that as you are breathing in, you are breathing in. As you are breathing out, you are breathing out. And as you continue to hold your attention on your breath, you'll probably notice that each time you do breathe out, there is a natural feeling of letting go a little. And it's a natural thing that as we do breathe out, we tend to let go a little, to relax a little. So without making any more or less of this, just noticing. That each time we do breathe out, relaxing a little, letting go a little. And at the same time, notice how, as you do breathe out, the out-breath tends to taper away, to become longer, finer, more subtle. So, breathing out and letting go, relaxing a little, and the out-breath becoming longer, finer, more subtle. And when the out-breath is completed, often there is a pause or a little gap before we do breathe in again. And so breathing out, the out-breath becoming longer, finer, more subtle. And then a pause, a little gap. And then aiming to simply allow the in-breath to come back in of its own accord. Breathing out, the out-breath becoming longer, finer, more subtle. That feeling of relaxing a little, of letting go. And then a pause. And simply allowing the in-breath to come back in of its own accord. Quite effortlessly. Effortlessly. Relaxing. Releasing. And feeling the ease of it all. Just simply letting go. And feeling it all through the body and the mind. Calm and relaxed. Calm and relaxed. And now it might help to take your attention to the point between the eyes and a little into the forehead. And notice there what is like a still, quiet center. moment of stillness. Maybe you notice it more particularly behind closed eyelids. So just holding your attention now lightly on this point of stillness. Relaxing. Releasing. Merging. Dissolving. Maybe even a sense of expanding into the stillness. And now resting in that stillness for a few moments. And if at any stage you do notice your mind wandering or becoming distracted, as soon as you do notice that, gently bring your attention back to the point of stillness. And we'll be resting here for a few more moments now. And so we're now coming to the end of practice. Let's keep the eyes closed. Bring the hands together in front of the heart as I would like to thank and honor each and every one of you. I honor that place inside you where the entire universe resides. A place of peace, truth, love, and life. For when you're in that place in you, and I'm in me, we're in the same place. Namaste.